Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm here with a few duels using the Ancient Gear deck that I showed you guys last week. Now this duel video should be at least a few. The deck wins or loses very, very quickly. I know I was only able to get... This is actually a pretty good hand. You too, sir. Yeah, I was only able to get, I believe, two for the last videos that I showed you guys, being my Machina Hero and my Spellcaster list. I didn't do any duels with the Ben K deck. That one, people just quit really quickly when they realized I wasn't playing anything remotely competitive. Um, but yeah, let's see what we can get going here. So we're not going to overcommit. We're just going to go Breaker here and see if he responds. And we're going to trap stun this and get the plus. And then we're going to, not put that to defense. We're going to declare, get our counter, and then remove our counter and get our +1. So that's good. We have the Dust Shoot on board, so unless this is something random that discards cards from his hand. Okay, so he's going to get a Raikou. I kind of sensed that, which is why I didn't commit Fortress, because even if he does pop the Fortress, yeah, that's fine. Even if he does pop the Fortress, which would be nice. Oh, mirror match. Well, some sort. Looks like he's playing HRC. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I don't want him to have to discard a card because I want to be able to pop it, or I want him to have 4 cards in hand. Trooper Foolish with first, so I can dust shoot him. Thank you. Holy shit, that took a lot out of me. So I've actually switched to HRC as my main deck over Mac and a Hero. So that's strange for me. I don't want him drawing, but I also don't want him getting... Actually... I can game him this turn. I'm almost positive on it. So, we're going to pitch this and get the other Fortress. We're going to summon the Gale. Declare. And attack with the Gale. I'm not trying to move your counter, buddy. I'm sorry. Damage. We're going to limit her. Even if he Solemns here, it's game. Because he either goes down to 4,000 and then he loses 21 and 25, or he puts himself at... yeah, like I said, either way it was game. You're going to see my poorly built side deck. This was actually a Gravekeeper build before I switched it over to just strictly Ancient Gears. So that's why this is a little weird. But yeah, I'm going to side and then I'll meet you guys back for game 2. So game 2, and yeah, I know my side deck is not great for this deck. Realistically, I should have Noblemen's in the side. I should have more hate for a lot of the meta in the side. But I really did like the idea of just being cute with my Soul Exchange engine. Hopefully I draw a Gear Town, and we draw a space. Okay. Not terrible, so we're just going to rip that space right off the bat. Bounce that to his hand, and then just play slow. If he summons a monster, that'd be great, because this card just shuts down the Raikou engine, which is, as someone who switched over to HRC, like I said, that sucks. As someone who switched over to HRC, then this card just shuts my deck down, along with Nobleman, but yeah. So he has the Fortress in hand, so this card loses a lot of steam now, and oh my god, this is terrible. I mean, at this point, I have to commit just because my hand's so poor that I just kind of have to hope that he doesn't have the Fortress. And we're going to attack. Okay, that goes through. And we're just going to pray that he doesn't have another machine. And he doesn't. Okay. We're going to continue to poke him and just hope that we get there. He's okay, so he's going to go charge. If he gets Raikou, then I'm fucking fine with that. Or unless he gets Jane. I was teching that in my build for a little bit. And so he's just going to set a dead Raikou. And now we don't care. We no longer care if he has a way to establish the fortress. He's going to summon that. Okay, that's fine. So he gets rid of our Mirror Force. That sucks, but it is what it is. Okay. And now we activate this. We do have to activate it, which if I'm doing another Gear Town, I never like doing because they could chain MST or chain Dust Tornado, which would stop it from being, which would be Chain Link 2, and then it'd stop Gear Town from getting its effect resolved, so that sucks. But we're going to hit him now and just see if we get there. It just depends basically if he draws a machine or not. And based on the way that he's stalling... Oh, okay, he does draw the Trooper. So that does suck. But hopefully he doesn't have another way to get over it. Because I do have the second one. So I will take 500 here. That's completely okay. I'm gonna summon the Mole. First and foremost, just in case this is a Mirror Force, we're going to attack with the Beast. And it's a hamster, okay. So he needs to draw another machine here. I'm assuming he top deck Pot of Avarice based on the way he's looking in his graveyard. And okay, so that really does suck for him. Ancient Gear Beast just shuts the deck down. And like I said, as someone who's just playing that deck now, you really... It's one of the worst cards for you to see. That Nobleman I really hate seeing. But we're going to see what he had. So he had a decent hand game one. I just have a really good matchup against him. But yeah, seeing Hamster Caius is some of the best things that you can see in this deck. But unfortunately I had the trap stun because he does have protection as well. And so far this is actually very similar to my build. I don't play Foolish. I don't think that it's that good in HRC. I'm just going to call it Machina Sworn at this point, just because the other one's a mouthful. But yeah, I got lucky with the limiter. So we're going to go to next game here. And right now I probably should be updating my side deck. I also side Trap Stuns over Dust Tornadoes. I don't know, I think the format's too trap heavy for Dust Tornado to really be that good. It's good against Black Whirlwind. But nobody really plays Book of Moon anymore unless you're going up against a random GB matchup for Shrink. And yeah, he just has a hard time here. That really does suck. He's very monster clogged. And even if he did see stuff like Dimensional Prison, Mirror Force, it wouldn't have mattered too much. Yeah, he just had a hard time finding it out. Ancient Gear Beast. And we finally find ourselves a game 2. Holy shit, that took forever. I'm going to cut a lot of that out, but yeah, we were waiting for quite a bit. But yeah, that game just kind of sucked for our opponent. This card, it just really shut him down. And I never want to see this. This is really just... It's not a good card. I mean, it's going to work here, if that's not bottomless. So we're going to Mausoleum here. And we're going to declare effect. Paying 1,000. And it looks like that's fine. So we're going to summon the Ancient Gear Beast. Once again, looks like it's fine. And we're going to battle phase attack. And this card gets its effects negated. Beautiful. Beast negates its effect in the graveyard, sir. So... you cannot get that. Beast not negates effect. And I waited so long for this game too. I'll see you guys in match 3. I genuinely don't know why it's so hard to film for you guys, but okay, we're going to try for game 3. I know what I said at the start of this video, with this probably going to be a longer. video, at least a few more games than the normal 2 that I do. But I'm just, after that last duel, a lot of fatigue. Um, a lot of dueling book fatigue. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens here. I'm going to just set the trap stum, not show my hand. Depending on what I get next turn, this can actually be an OTK hand. If he actually summons anything, Brain Control is going to be in a good spot for us. And Heavy Storm, that's completely fine. I have no problem with that. Aaron, okay. So odds are he's not going to set any back row. And I'm right. So hopefully he doesn't mill a Necro. And he mills a Wolf. Okay. Huh. So that puts me back a bit. Although I don't know if it puts me back too much. We're going to Brain Control the Aaron. We're going to summon the Gale and activate effect, dropping him down. I kind of wish I had Urbellum right now, but realistically, with Honest being a potential threat, it is the better play to go Armor Master, so I will. And we're going to go in for damage and get out the Fortress. Let's test him. Let's see if he has the Honest. Okay. So does that telegraph to me that he has Celestia? I think it actually does. So I probably should have attacked with the Fortress if that's how it's going to go anyway. Yeah, I definitely should have done the Fortress first. Because, like I said, that definitely shows me that he has Celestia in hand. Two names in grave. I'm sure he's trying to figure out why I did what I did. But realistically, I didn't think that he would Honest. But now, at least we drew out. I guess, yeah, I definitely should have attacked with the Fortress first. So we're just going to set one and end turn. That's fine. We're going to go battle phase now. He's not threatening Roaring now. So we'll attack for 25. That gets in there. Okay. That sucks. Not only does that mean he has a Trag... Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I was going to say, it sucks because it shuts off my Dust Shoot, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't have resolved regardless. I don't think they play... Unless he has exactly Gores in his hand, there's no 7s that he could have that would take my Armor Master. Like I said, I'm almost positive one of the cards in his hand is Celestia. And if he has like a Raikou... If he has a Raikou in hand, so be it. Is this... Yeah, this is actually game. I'm just going to wait for him to turn Trag into attack mode. And, okay, he mills the Wolf anyway. Okay. So that sucks. Yeah. That was just a rough one anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys for game 2. Okay, guys, game 2. Let's see. This, again, is a great hand. I'm going to Terraforming now just to thin out the deck. He already knows what I'm playing, probably. If he keeps up with the game at all. But we're just gonna go with this. We're not gonna establish anything just so we can go Cyber Dragon. I normally like to side the Cyber Dragon out in game 2 and game 3, but being that this is Lightsworn, I don't have a whole lot of side deck for it. So we're just gonna play this by ear. And he's gonna foolish. If he sends the wolf, then he's just desperate for bodies. And I guess he is. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I think going all out might be the move here. Just because with the soul release, we have a way to guarantee JD's not going to get dropped on us. So we're going to establish Gadgetron, and we're just going to summon the gear frame and get the fortress. I feel like I need the fortress out just to play around the Honest. So we're gonna do what we should have done last turn and attack last game and attack with the fortress. Yep. Okay. So that sucks, but at least we get the Honest out of hand. We've taken 4,200. So be it. We're gonna soul release now. Get rid of all of his monsters. And brain control, I guess, because it fucked us last time. So, unless he has cards like Charge or Solar, he can't really get a whole lot going right now, so he has to rely on the Raikou game. Which looks like is exactly what he's going to do. Would have liked that last turn. But I still think I have this. So we're going to go battle phase, attack, and that's game. Okay. So we're going to go to game 3 now. Soul Release is just one of the best cards against Lightsworns, but yeah, we'll see how game 3 goes. Alright guys, game 3. We open up not horrible. Hopefully he doesn't open up Solar Recharge or Charge or anything, and he has to play the Raikou game. Okay, the Trooper game works as well. He's... I mean, okay, we all know what he meant to do, okay. I'm not going to shark him on that. And... Ooh! That's interesting. Not yet. But we're going to save that. And we're actually going to mull 2 hands. Okay, that's fucking annoying. I think we set the limiter now. Just this way, if he wants to crash, we have ways around it. He goes to 36. Yeah, we lose our fortress, but at this point, what can you do? That's... Okay. Well, I guess we have to. So he had Trooper, Trag, and Storm. All one-ofs. Fantastic. But no, I'm not salty, guys. So he's going to summon the Trooper again. Mill 3, yep. Hopefully he hits nothing. That'd be ideal. Raikou, Celestia, Aaron. 3 names. That's the opposite of hitting nothing. That's fucking insane. He now has enough for JD. And I think that's exactly what he's thinking on, is if he wants to JD or not. I would now, just because this deck is very aggro, so it's very likely. I mean, he doesn't know exactly what I have in hand, so it could be possible that he just doesn't live a turn. Seeing limiter removal does help reassure him, but that is a possibility, and he's gonna pass. Okay. We're gonna summon the mole. Attack for 21. Let's see if he drops the Trag. And we're going to bounce that. So the Gadgetron Dragon means that we could at least summon the fortress back. And he's going to just set one. Okay. I don't know. He hasn't shown me that he plays anything real back row wise. So we're going to summon the mole back. And he's going to Solemn the Mole. Okay. So that has to be Raikou, which at least means I get a peek in his hand. And it's just Necro. Okay. This is weird now. Unless he just doesn't have the JD and I'm just reading way too much into this. I have the brain control. So unless he kills me now, I feel like I'm in a good position to make a rebound play. He needs to do 7,200 basically to make sure I can't kill him next turn. Another set monster would be scary, but okay, so he's gonna... Alright, that sucks. I guess he's wondering if he should priority. If he has a plague in hand, there's no need to. But removing that Necrogorgon does have to hurt him. I know he's got to be upset about that. Huh. Okay. So I don't care about the Trag. Actually, I think we get rid of Arcus. I'm pretty sure we have game next turn. He needs to set one of his monsters, basically, to avoid... And he doesn't. So... Yeah, so we just didn't have the JD. And I was just reading way too much into it. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking... I'm not going to overcomplicate this. Declare... 2,000 gone, end game. So yeah, I don't know. I was curious what his hand was, but at the end of the day, he just was too name clogged in his hand, even though he milled a bunch of names. If the game continued, he probably would have had a better shot. But he just... because he had all gas left in his deck, I'm assuming he had JDs left. He had Honest, he had Solars, he had Charges, but... well, Charge, singular. But no, we just got in there when we could, which is why I like going aggressive a lot of the time with this deck, because if the game drags on, your opponent's going to be able to out-resource you. Yes, you have top decks like Ancient Gear, Gadgetron Dragon, and Machina Force that can revive your fortress, but at the end of the day, you can really only establish Gadgetron Dragon so many times. Breaker's very okay. Your powerhouse players are going to come from basically Beast destroying most of the format, like you guys saw with the X-Sabers, like you guys saw against the HRC, Machina. But yeah, that's just the Duels videos. Let me know what you think of it down below. I know I need to change up the side deck. It's not good at all. Like I said, Noblemans need to be in there. Dynas would be ideal. I do like the zombie worlds because it stops the Chimera Tech Fortress plays, stops Caius's or anything like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you guys next week.